Hey there, and welcome back. This time we're going to be talking about pagan things I don't buy. First on the list is sage. I don't buy sage. It has been vastly over-harvested, especially white sage, and the more mainstream nature of cleansing with sage has made it very difficult for Native American peoples to be using sage in their own practices. And because it is something that is borrowed, I want to leave that to the people who need it most. Because the fact is, you can smoke cleanse with any kind of smoke. It doesn't even have to be an herb. A lot of pagans use incense when they are smoke clearing. Notice, I also don't use the term smudging. Smudging is also a term used to describe a specific ritual of indigenous people, and just simply using it to cleanse of any negativity is not that same ritual. Because you can smoke cleanse with absolutely any herb that has protective properties and is healthy to be in a smoke form. One suggestion that I have, and actually my favorite to use, is mugwort. Dual purpose here, number one is clearing the energy, of course, but it's also setting me up into a very intuitive mindset. It is opening my mind to a more receptive state of being, and especially if I'm doing it right before bed, mugwort is known to enhance vivid dreams. And so, especially around any magical working, this is going to put you in a really good state of mind, a really good receptive state of mind to be able to receive what you're looking for. Another thing I don't buy is incense. Now, I'm gifted incense often enough that I sure don't need to go out and buy any. But in my own practice, I actually prefer the use of loose leaf incense. It allows me to pick and choose what I want to be doing, and it ensures that by using the metaphysical properties of each herb, I'm able to select based on what I want the outcome to be. It's a lot more customizable and a bit more predictable as far as where it has been sourced. Of course, that also gives you the freedom. If you want to grow your own herbs and dry them, you can do that as well. And that freedom just allows you a lot more connection to the individual herbs that you're using. It's a great way to get into herbalism as well. I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and in learning about the metaphysical properties of each herb, as well as some of the medicinal ones, you're really expanding your knowledge the more you work around this herb. These plants have many benefits, and as you continue to work with it, you may find some that you didn't even think of before. Next on my list might surprise you. I don't buy altar decorations. Now, the caveat of this, if I buy something, it's often not for the purpose of being on my altar. I do take time to connect with my altar every day, and I'll move things around depending on how I'm feeling or what the seasons are. But I don't buy things for the witchy aesthetic, if that makes sense. I don't put things on the altar to look good. I find things I already have, or I find things in nature that I have a connection to, and they end up on my altar because it feels good. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with the aesthetic. I've seen a lot of pictures of absolutely gorgeous altars. My style is just a little bit more minimalistic, and to be honest, it's a little hard to be spending all of that money just on decorations. Another thing I don't buy is figure candles. When doing spell work, especially candle magic, you often associate the candle with what you're trying to do. Maybe you want to do something that helps heal your cats. You don't need a cat-shaped candle. You can just get a corresponding color in a standard taper candle, chime candle, spell candle, 7-day candle, whatever you want to be burning. But by using the color correspondences, you can just as well have that connection for an individual without having to have a figure candle representing that person or yourself. Maybe you have the candle representing you and the situation you want. Again, you don't really need it to be shaped like a human for it to work on a human. The next pagan thing I won't buy is a broom or a besom. Often they are used for energy clearing. So as you are sweeping just above the ground, you are sweeping away the negative energy as well. This for me does not have a space in my practice because I do my own smoke clearing, I do my own energy clearing, and I even do the occasional Florida water floor wash. So I really just don't have this need for something as big as a broom, and that also doesn't fit into my more minimalistic preference. And if I were to have something smaller like a besom, which a lot of people make them out of crafty tools, and they can be small. They fit in your hand, very small tools. I don't want to find another place for that, mostly because I really don't think I would use it. I have seen some absolutely gorgeous brooms, fully decorated, glittered with charms. They're beautiful. I just don't use it in my practice. I also won't buy a wand or a staff. Different groups of pagans use different items. I'm seeing the wands become more common in unlikely areas, but I really find it interesting as a way to focus your energy into whatever you're trying to do. However, for me, I really prefer to channel that energy through my hands. I like to be able to feel what I am working on. I really like having that physical connection. And for me, I feel like it is easier for me to connect to it that way. I may be interested in one of these in the future, but to be frank, I would absolutely prefer to make mine than to buy it. And even if it's crooked or it looks funny or it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, I made that. And that's what I really like. I also don't buy ritual clothing. So right now, as I'm getting more involved with other pagans and I'm starting to do more rituals in larger groups, that may change. But for me, none of the attraction is the aesthetic. For example, I have a small jeweled tiara that is now connected in this working I did with other people that included female ancestor work, working with female goddesses. And so now I have this beautiful item that really embodies the strong female energy. And that has a little bit more purpose for me in getting in that headspace than putting on a outfit. But I definitely don't feel like I need a outfit or ritual garb for my own private practice. I feel a lot more comfortable, quite literally, when I am comfortable. I really prefer to work in something that is loose, something that keeps me warm, especially during these colder months, because if you start getting uncomfortable by your tight clothing, you can't really get in that right frame of mind that you need to be in for your magical working. All right, friends, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my content, please be sure to subscribe down below. And if you're not aware, I do have a Patreon that includes a pagan book club where we can analyze the text and really make a community out of it. So please check that out too if you're interested. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!